Well, I finally got to interview you, but you are on the lookout to interview the rest. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Prime Minister Modi, who said he's a little busy, so cannot be on the hot seat with you. So what is that one question?
Not a hot seat, actually. This is a film about common man and system. And we always see this game of Jamura and Madaari. Whoever is in power, they are deciding everything for the rest of the people, and they feel helpless. So that's how Jamura and Madaari. So there were so many questions which are there inside you, and there's so many questions which keep on arising. So I thought maybe I should take this opportunity to meet them and ask them.
So what is that one question you want to ask them?
Let me go and see how's the atmosphere. Then I'll ask them. Not here. It's a basic question.
So what is the one question you want to ask PM Modi? If there is a question that comes to mind.
No, there are so many questions. PM Modi से मैं क्या पूछूंगा वो जब मुझे देंगे इजाज़त पूछने की. There are so many questions. Let's say एक general concern आपका होता है as a citizen, accountability. Where does accountability lies if something happens? Why it's not transparent? Whatever do we do, the responsibility of a political party could be to let people know that what they are going to do when they come in power. Don't they have the responsibility to also make people aware and more knowledgeable so that they can make better choice? Let's say a beggar on the street, when he's begging, does everybody know that he's also paying tax? And what happens to the tax? I'm just throwing you.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. There's so many things, when I'll see I'll spontaneously, whatever comes in my mind, I'll ask them. But there are basic questions which I want to ask.
And also the tagline of the film is Desh So Raha Hai. And despite the fact that everybody is so active on social media and all, do you feel people generally are ignorant about the problems?
See, people are easily led. Logon mein they get into this trap of promises, and because of their insecurity, they want to connect to one group or the other, whether it could be party, whether it could be religion, whether it could be caste, and then they start vouching for that party because they want to align with the most powerful group. So that's how they get laid, and they don't have a faculty of analyzing things. So that's how
it's like the
you are led by caste vote, religion vote, or different kind of aspirational things people throw, and they buy their promises.
And do you feel kahin hamari apni mental faculty?
Faculty, we are not aware. We don't have there's no party which is putting emphasis on awareness. Be aware. आप चाहे मुझे वोट मत देना, but aware रहो.
Absolutely. And interesting, because you said the movie is inspired by real life events, and you also taken on the role of creative producer of the movie. What was it that drew you to the subject?
This was a real life incident, and it stayed with us, and we didn't know what to do with it, so we kept on thinking about it. Then we thought, we can't contain it, let's share it with the audience, let's make a story out of it. And then it took time, it really took time. But we are not emphasizing on what incident. It's an incident, it's a true incident. And those kind of incident happens in many places. But what happens after that, how people's life gets affected, that's what film is emphasizing. And there's a father-son relationship which is very, very interesting relationship. Why I became creative producer? Because I wanted to have a control over that. If I'm doing a film, it should get released. It shouldn't be, the power shouldn't lie somewhere else. Sometimes it happens, you do a film and you would have no control over the release. If they want, they can just stall the film and then keep it with them, or they can delay the release. So only that part was, for me important.
Do you think that marketing is still a problem, because now the audience has grown? People want new kind of cinema.
Yeah.
They want to see new subjects.
Yes.
But do you think marketing remains the problem?
Marketing is a huge burden on Hindi film industry, especially on Hindi film industry. In the South, they have an embargo that you can't go beyond 2 crores or something of any kind of film. So that is a relief. And it's a burden on Hindi film industry because let's say we are making a film of 10 crore, 15 crore, which are usually these kind of films change the trend. Usually these kind of films bring the new way of telling the stories. So these experimental films or the new kind of entertainment get burdened by such a big budget of publicity, and the film doesn't become viable sometimes, you know. So that is a nuisance which Hindi film industry, you know, sometimes have to go through. The smaller films, sometimes the more new face of storytelling, they go through it. And marketing sometimes I hate this aspect of marketing. I hate giving interviews. It doesn't mean that I'm hating you because I don't want to talk about myself. I'm bored to death when I talk about myself. But these are the issues which really concerns me, and people are aware. They don't know. They know how to choose. But the problem is to make them know that there is a film called this and it's coming on that day. That itself is such a big exercise. So for that you go on and keep on, you know, finding ways to let people know. And you don't have 30 crore, 40 crore budget for your 20 crore budget for your publicity. So how do you let people know that हमारी फिल्म आ रही है? कई बार फिल्में आती हैं आपकी और आप बोलना पड़ता है मेरा फिल्म आ रहा है, वो पता है कौन सा सर वो अच्छा कब आ रहा है? So then you get depressed. You यार आपको पता नहीं है हमारी फिल्म आ रही है. So that just to pass on that information has become such a tedious exercise.